Hey everybody, welcome back to another Throwback Thursday here with the Simple Team. You got Brian and Randy, and we got a throwback for you today, just off a property that we actually just bought and sold just last month. A great property, great wholesale property, great deal all the way around. So basically, kind of comes into it. Ronnie, I'll let you give kind of the gist of what happened on the buy side. Is this one was just over on the east side of Indianapolis? And kind of this was a kind of a unique situation, but through I think this is one that, like, through our training of what we've been doing with our sales training and things like that, acquisition side, I think I definitely helped you out with this one. So go ahead,
Yeah,
bud.
self trainings work. so if you don't know that, self trainings work. So that's a throwback tip in there for you. But this property was interesting. Obviously market's kind of tight. So there's a lot of competition out there. And in talking with this seller, we knew that we weren't the first one there. And so we went ahead and made our offer, and it's like, well, we have another offer. I positioned myself as a trusted advisor, so we were able to figure out, what was going on there, and that's fine. So after looking over their offer, we're like, man, this is a really good offer. But one of the things in our training is just checking to make sure, that this offer is, that they can close, that things are verified for it to be able to close. And the seller said, yeah, I'm going to go with this number because, that's what's important to me is getting a higher number. I said, okay, if something changes, let me know. This is what I can securely close, here within 7 days. And so they said, yep, I'm going to go with my higher offer. And I said, all right, I'll let them go. And then about 2 hours later, I got a phone call where it's like, yeah, this offer that I got, they want to do seller financing. They can't close, in 2 weeks. They need 45 days. And I said, well, what would you like to do? And so, and by asking that what question, as opposed to giving a yes or no, it's like, well, we're going to go ahead and go with you because we want to close now. We want to close fast. And I said, great. That makes me happy. It was a win-win situation for us. But again, being able just to fall back onto our training, because sometimes I didn't know what to do in situations, or I was kind of confused what to do when there's competition around. So, I learned in that case, sometimes go with the higher number. If that's what's important to you. Sometimes deals do come back to you.
Yeah. So just being Ronnie was put in that position of the trusted advisor where they came across, they looked at the deal, and yeah, they went with a higher number. And it was a great number. Ronnie actually told them, I think on this one, like, yeah, you should go with that. Like, we can't, like, I'm not going to be able to beat that. But then looking at the deal itself, they kind of went with him like, hey, we realize this is not an actual, like, just cash deal that you offered. So by making sure your sellers know exactly what type of deal it is, like how it's going to close, how it's going to happen, setting those expectations in there, they were able to come back to Ronnie on this deal and, like, basically, like, because he promised them the stuff he was going to be able to deliver. That's what it came down to. So on the sales side, this is one that this is a good situation of basically a good representation for us of a deal that, because we were able to look at basically our inventory of what we were able to sell. Hey, we had in this certain area of Indianapolis, we sold to this person, 3 other properties in this area in this price range. So, like, by having, I guess what I want to say is basically having the records, being able to look back at what we did in the past, be able to look at this buyer's profile and say, hey, this is exactly what this person needs. This is exactly what this person wants. It wasn't even like, hey, let's send this one out to our buyers list or anything like that. Some of our buyers might get upset if they hear that, but it's just a cut and dry, like, hey, this is exactly what this person is looking for. This is exactly what they bought from us 3 other times this year. Let's just send it right over to them. They said, yep, I like it. Let's do it. And I think we even had it sold even before Ronnie got it under contract. We're like, hey, I think we're going to get this one. Like, he's like, yep, let's do it. We closed on it pretty quickly. So really quick transaction. But basically being able to, I guess, have the data, have the records, have the, just have the spreadsheets available, whatever it may be, the systems, the CRM, whatever it is, have that stuff in your system to be able to look back and say, okay, this area, who's buying deals here? What have they done before? What price range are they in? How many bedrooms, bathrooms they want? We had that stuff in place. So we were able to do that with this property, which helped us out. Made the sale super easy on the back end and stuff like that. So knowing that stuff, putting that stuff in place goes a long way and make things easier on your transitions with your buying and selling. So awesome. Well, thank you so much. This is a great Throwback Thursday, great representation of making sure you have that sales training. Make sure you're listening to your sales training. Make sure you're putting yourself as somebody that they can trust and what they want to do sticking to your expectations, but then also having the database and the systems on the back end to be able to come through on everything that you promise. So good stuff here. This was a Throwback Thursday from the Simple team. Let us know if we can do anything to help you out, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care.